So let's say hypothetically you had a bunch of models that had a customer parameter accidentally added that you didn't want to be in the models. So we can address that many different ways in NitroCell, but I'm just going to give you an example of how to do that using table functions with parameters. So we're going to create a table that's going to be on a new tab, and then we're going to go scan all of the parts that are in session, looking for a parameter name called customer and write it to that table. So I'm just going to run that as basically just kind of a preview of what's going to happen here. So we're going to write that data out to the table, and you'll see that there are, in fact, several models that have that parameter in there. Now we're going to use that same table as a way to delete those parameters. So we're going to use the parameter table, let's see, delete. And the only thing that requires is the name of the table that contains the content that you want to get rid of. And you'll notice here that it says that I'm going to use the item name and also the parameter name within that as something to delete. So it's actually, even though this table has a lot more in it, it's still going to use this column and also this column and the pairing of those two to kind of purge that. So we're going to give it the table prefix, my table, and when we run this, you'll notice that it has gone in and made those changes that quickly. So if we come in here and we say, okay, let's go take a look at the basket, you'll notice that customer is no longer there. If we go look at the magnet, customer is no longer there. And this was really just kind of the record of what was processed. If we try to run this again, again, we haven't saved this model or anything, but it's stopped the process dead in its tracks because the table is empty. There's nothing to process. The reason that there's nothing to process is that when we've already deleted the content that it's trying to report, so there is nothing to process in these models, which is why we get that error in the final step here.